everybody, Frank Finance here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I want to talk about Energy Transfer, ticker symbol ET. Now here recently there's been some insider activity. It's where some of the executives have been executing options as well as purchasing shares directly or indirectly. So I want to go through those, what they bought those shares for or what they executed their options at. Now, the reason why we care about this information, at least historically, it indicates that leadership believes that their stock is undervalued. Now, remember, this is just one factor, one data point in all of your analysis. So remember, give it weight equal to what you believe it's worth. All right, jumping right into it. This is off of NASDAQ.com. All right, so there's been 5 non-open market trades or dispositions. Essentially, they're buying these shares right from the company. So these are executed options, essentially, or that's what we believe they are. They're all executed at the exact same price of $8.61. Thomas Mason had 61,000 shares out of 1.1 million, and he is the I think VP of General Counsel and the president of LNG. Natural gas. And then Troy Sturrock, he bought 7,000 of which he owned 202,000 previously, and he is the controller for Energy Transfer. Matthew Ramsey is the COO, and he bought 74,000 of which he already owns 993,000, and that was at 861. And then Marshall McCree, he is the co-CEO. There's 2 CEOs here. They both are running it together. And he got, 210,000 for a total of 4.6 million shares. So not a huge percentage of his total ownership, and that's kind of similar to the case for most of these. It's about 5%. This is, a lot less than 5. Not a huge difference there. And the last one was Bradford Whitehurst. He is the CFO, and he bought 43,000 shares out of 742,000 he had already owned. All right, now my personal opinion on this is not that big of a deal, mainly because these executives, the 5 that we just spoke about, have already large positions in comparison to what it was. And I believe they probably executed these because the option period was probably ending, and that's what I believe. So I don't believe they went out and bought these shares because they maybe thought they were overvalued. I think they were just getting near the end of the option period and they wanted to execute on it. All right, so some of the more important buying is actually when they went out and did a direct buy or an indirect buy. Now these happened starting in August and kind of ended, the last one was in September 17th. I want to start from the older ones. So this Kelsey Warren, he is actually the executive chairman of the board, and he has 98 million shares. And he bought another roughly million. So again, this is a small, but he is buying a small point, 9.3 at $9.35. Now you got to remember, before that they were trading up near $11 a share, and so as this price was falling, you saw some insiders buy again. Now that dropped again, and he doubled up. Well, not really doubled up, but he basically bought another million shares a little bit cheaper at $9.17. And next up, Brad Whitehurst bought 5,000 shares at $9.20. His current ownership was 779,000. Kelsey Warren actually came out and bought another million shares at $9.41, bringing his total up to, his total before this was 100 million. And then Ray Washburn, which is on the board of directors, went out and bought 100,000 shares. Now this is pretty considerable. Considering this is about 20% of his existing position in Energy Transfer, and he bought it at $8.90. Brad Whitehurst, this is the CFO again, went out and bought another 6,000 shares at $8.78. And then Richard Brannon, he is again on the board of directors, came out and bought 24,000 shares at $9.33, and then he bought again at bought another 44,000 shares at $9.17. Now, I guess one thing I want to note here is most of these buys are all above where the current stock price is currently, right? And so that kind of gives, and these are just them going out and buying it on the market, and what that tells me is essentially they're going out there, they've been making buys consistently above where this current stock price is. At that level, I believe that they are confident that the stock is undervalued and they're trying to get it while it's at a better price. Now, when I see and when I compare that to what we looked at earlier, when they're executing stock options, that's not as important to me, at least in my opinion. Now, in my opinion, the buying of these shares is much more impressive than the execution of options, but the issue we have with the buying is it's not substantially large compared to how much they already owned. In the grand scheme of things, they really didn't purchase a ton of shares in comparison to shares outstanding. So while I do think it's a positive thing, I don't think this alone will be the cause of Energy Transfer going up. They have some headwinds here with oil prices and how much oil is flowing through their pipeline and how much they're actually transferring. So those things need to be addressed. And I think some of that has to do with oil prices going down. It's not that they make money on oil, it's that they make money on the amount of oil running through their pipeline. And that may be a little suppressed as the price is having, there's some price pressure going down. So there may be, and there's also the concern about the new COVID variant that could cause, less demand. I think that, in my opinion, that's not really an issue at all. However, it's definitely being talked and discussed in the market abroad. So that's one thing you need to take care of. Now, if you want to watch more on Energy Transfer, a full stock analysis, go ahead and watch that right here. I'll leave a link here. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Frank Finance, out.